Hey, what's up, guys? International Master Will Paschall. What is up? We are doing blitz today. It's 5+3 blitz, open challenges to everybody, so it's what we've called Fast Friday. Wow, Arsenal fan, your dad was born in just 1963. Man, dude, that's pretty young, actually. For I don't know. I thought you were older. All right. So, what are we doing? It is 5+3. We've got 4 challenges here. What were we talking about? Yeah, I got your game, Arsenal fan. It was pretty good. I just didn't go over it in the stream yesterday because you said, I don't know if this is something I want to go over in the stream, so I didn't. But it looked like a decent game. I wasn't sure when you played Queen C2 if that was the best square to put your queen on, but I didn't really check very carefully if it was the only possibility. But it looked like a typical game. Getting control of the C5 square, it's like a bad exchange Slav for black. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching and subscribing. I'm going to just accept all the challenges here. Hand of Patzer is third. Troll in a roll. Morwa. Hand of Patzer, Morales, Mastermind. There'll probably be a million challenges. Let's just get started. I do accept the 5+5 in chess 960. Your liver hurts. I never was quite sure exactly, where that pain is, but I don't know that the vodka drunk is actually telling the truth. All right. It's me versus Troll in a roll. It's chess 960. I'll allow 5+5. Does your liver actually hurt? Or do you, is that a thing? I mean, I drank a lot, but not so much lately. I've heard people say this, but I always mean. I just don't know medically if that's how it works. Alright, knight c3, d5. I'm always mean. I was born mean. That's the appeal of my stream, just being mean to people. Alright. It looks like almost the normal Verisov. I can even castle. No, I can't. I need to move my rook to castle. I don't play enough chess 960. Sometimes I forget kind of elementary things, like the fact that I need a place to put the other rook if I want to castle. So, castling queenside will require me to move my rook away. All right, I'm still getting criticized for waking up late, like I'm in the army or something. If I wanted to wake up early, Troll in a roll, I would have joined like the Marines or something, or I certainly wouldn't have been like a self-employed chess teacher. I would have got a good job in like as an economist or some economic sector job. But I figure, if I'm going to be self-employed, I might as well wake up when I want to wake up. That's the advantage of working for yourself. You might as well enjoy life a little bit. So, G5. You guys tire me out. He says I misunderstood. Alright. Well, that's typical. What am I going to do with my bishops? Yeah, I always misunderstand stuff. Wake up whenever you... I did misunderstand. I don't care. I'm not really that hurt by it. I'm like a little kid, Just don't call it early. No, I was talking, I think you misunderstood, because I was talking about somebody else when I made that comment. I think we have mutual misunderstanding going on, because I was actually talking about, I thought I was talking about Soltigo or something. No, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Anyway, guys, welcome to the stream. G5 is a very good move so quickly. Yeah, I'm allergic to playing things like G5. It really creates a lot of weaknesses in the position. I would call it a very active move, though. The question is, will those slight weakening of the position be relevant later on? I mean, that's the problem when you play the Grob. That might cost him. That weakening might cost him down the line somewhere. I definitely wouldn't call 9 early in seriousness, but we have this awful bishop on e1, and the bishop on this square needs to play as well, so it's kind of a quandary. Another closed position. Still not awake yet. San Diego, CUSA. Hey, what's up? Acerbate. No, it's hard to get a knight on h5, but it could happen. Just don't know how. I need a knight on g3 to do that. Well, I certainly wouldn't target h5. It's just like incidental. It might come up later on as an issue. But I just meant in general. It's not that relevant in this particular position. Just when you move pawns 2 squares, such as this g-pawn, nothing can ever control the h5 square. The f5 square can potentially become a weakness. I don't like to make these 2 square pawn moves early in chess 960 so much. But maybe I'm actually in the wrong. I should play such moves more often, most likely. The problem is like finding the exceptional positions where it is good. He's liberating his queen, he's liberating his bishop, both pieces, but he can also play knight g6 behind the pawn. This concept of coordination of pieces and pawns is a kind of subtle one. JCS, what's up? So guys, it's Friday. Tonight and tomorrow my day off. Wow, e5. Freeing the pieces. I think f5 is a weak square, but it's, again, not that easy to exploit. Here, there might be a chance. There might be a chance to get a knight to e3. Not that realistic, though. If I take on e5, he recaptures. Not such a useful recapture, but he can double on the diagonal. Do you call that doubling on the diagonal? Knight e6 is coming anyway, even if I play like bishop f2. Troll is playing fast today. Alright, it's pathetic to play e3, but I don't really like giving up this point. Maybe I need to take and play e4. Take and play e4 myself, but then then he goes d4, and then I have to go knight d1. My knights are really kind of messed up here. Okay, maybe. I don't know what to do. It seems like Troll is like, I keep saying this, but he's like an expert in the chess 960 openings. How do you do that? Do you have like an opening book, a secret chess 960 opening book or something? Troll in a roll? Because I have to play this insipid move now. How is he so good at chess 960 openings? Just random moves. It doesn't feel like that. I guess it's perception, but it always seems like you have the initiative in the opening against me. Then I have to like neutralize every single time we play in chess 960. He's better in the opening. Then I have to like neutralize his advantage. It's just like he's getting more aggressive. It seems like, and faster too. f4, g takes f, g takes f, we're losing a pawn. Look how I'm like confined. The dude just throwing everything at me. Black is just better now. Lags the stream for you. I don't think I can tell on my end. Yeah, Chess Vodka Drunk, I like your classical record of like 24 wins and like 1 disconnection or something. But I'm not going to get into this discussion. If somebody has something they want to discuss with me, they can approach me about it, but I'm not going to play Chess Vodka Drunk. I find his account to be too suspicious, so I'm not going to get into that here. If he wants to talk to me about it, he can personally talk to me about it, but I don't like discussing these things on the stream. So the guy's played like 25 classical games, and he's only ever lost like 1 by disconnection or something. I mean, and he plays against me like a computer. It's very strange. So I don't, you know, I don't really appreciate it, and I don't want to have it like being a discussion in the stream here. If I choose to block someone, I choose to block them. All right. I'm gonna just lose on time against Troll in a Roll. Maybe Troll in a Roll and Chess Vodka Drunk are the same person. I don't think so. Troll seems angry today. Yeah, I agree, dude. And I don't like the guy coming on and starting to troll me about it. He's got an account where he's played like 25 classical games, only lost 1 or something like that. I find that like pretty suspicious. And against me, he alternates between playing like a very weak human and a computer. It just looks strange. Troll, what's up, man? Are you different today or something? He's faster than usual, coming at me like crazy. Man, black is just winning here strategically. I didn't want to have to ban him on Twitch, but I'll have to do that as well. Alright. F takes G5. This is just good for black. I shouldn't have done this, but I saw Bishop H5. He didn't even play that. He had this move before. This looks awful for white. I mean, Troll is just playing like a god. Look at his pieces, how active they are compared to white's. My bishop hemmed in on F2, bishop hemmed in on H1. Alright, but I'm not going to play with people I suspect are cheating, you know. And if you have a problem with that, you can take it up with me in a message on lichess, but not publicly debating it in my stream. Alright, here. So, I'm basically lost. Knight A2 check or knight D3 check, and I'm just crushed. This is interesting. Of course, it's suspicious that he's 400 points stronger in classical than in blitz, dude. That's like the first red flag that you could come up with. Okay, this is just lost for me. Check this out by the guy. This is an incredible game by black. Extremely strong. E5. This is best move. F5. Extremely strong. Black's just clearly better right out of the gate. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm just like a pawn down at this point, I think. It's a horrible position for white right away. He just wasted me. Of course, I got a little distracted talking about this, but c5, another ultra aggressive move. I don't know why this chess... Why does the engine claim we have such huge center pawn loss here? Maybe we missed a mate in one or something. So I'm making a big mistake apparently by taking this way with the c pawn. I should take with the e pawn, and I'm okay. I didn't see this idea of knight b4 coming in, you know. He plays this instantaneously. Queen a4, winning by force. Without this move, maybe Black's position doesn't win, but this is just crushing. Just absolutely crushed me. I didn't see any way to defend this. I could castle here, but it doesn't really help too much. It says he should castle kingside. +5 according to the engine. b5. Just totally crushed. Joel, what happened? You played faster today. You seem like a different person almost. Totally faster than usual. What's up with that? All right. We're gonna take 5 + 3 challenges from everyone. More wah. Not my day, I guess. Yeah, when I see a difference of 400 points and people play suspiciously, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that they're not a normal player. Alright, that's not in reference to Troll, but the Troll earlier. More wah. d4 and knight f3. What are we going to do here? I have to really know if he's going to play the London system or not. If it's going to be a London system, then I would prefer to play g6. I don't understand the trending with bishop f4 on move 2 particularly. I guess there's some advantages in it. If white tries to do like really aggressive play against g6, delaying knight f3 might be a thing. This is an annoying move order. I don't really like transposing to the symmetrical English, but it's hard to recommend something aggressive for black here. Well, I mean, I just wasn't really warmed up, Troll, but you played like you've been playing chess for hours this game, to be honest with you. You played this game like you've been playing chess all morning. Like you're really ready to go, super warmed up. I'm just not ready. All right, knight takes d4. Yeah, so bishop b4 is all like a main line, and there's just 10,000 games in that variation. And it's not really fun for black, I think. It's funny, like Nesbedinov has a note in one of his books about this position, like, oh, bishop b4 just simply equalizes for black. You know, if only life were that easy. It's a very important main line in like the symmetrical English, and I think that white is better there. But just a little bit, you know, it's just a small advantage. So d5, and I recommended something here. What was it? Oh, I played d5. Wait a second now. What did he do? He did e3. I'm trying to remember my own recommendation in this position. I used to play, I guess I used to play a6 sometimes. a6 and queen c7, but it's not such a reliable variation. b6 is another line. I don't think that's good here because of knight b5. Anyway, so e3 transposes to some kind of semi-Tarrasch, which is really, this is extremely boring too. I don't know what to do here, you know, to make the game interesting for black. Very hard to make the game interesting. It's easy to get a boring position. That's about it. Bishop g4 against the Scotch? What are you talking about? How does that work? I think he got the board inverted or something. Alright, you mean bishop b4 and the Scotch 4 knights. Bishop b5. This just looks like a solid move. Standard sort of semi-Tarash. Not very exciting for both sides. I guess I should play like bishop d6. It's more active than bishop e7. Gotta go tell my mom I won. What's with you, troll, today? Gotta tell my mom I won against the master. The troll is being troll-like. Bishop d6. That's the first time I lost a troll in a long time, but he usually has a good position. But he just seemed to be different today. He was like faster. Usually he takes twice as much time as he took today to play the same moves. He was on speed or something. Bishop d6. It's not troll's first win. I mean, he won other games here and there, but he's had a lot of winning positions. But the thing is, he usually like loses on time, and today was just like bang, like the moves are just coming like 2 or 3 times the normal speed. So I'm just kind of suspicious, like why is he so much faster today? I'm normally like I can rely on him to lose on time, but he's not going to have that today. F3 is a weird move. It's not a bad move in general. It just seems like a very early. It's not a bad move in general, but it really seems very early here. Kind of weakening the king side. I mean, it is a standard idea in many situations later on in this kind of structure, but it does look a bit odd so early. Troll has beaten me before. He never talked about going to tell his mom about it, but I didn't think he was like a teenager. He was faster because he was annoyed you kept him waiting. I kept him waiting. This is a guy who loses on time every game. Do you think he's like in a hurry or something? But he claims that he doesn't play the opening well. He said he random moved it, but I don't think so. He's like a specialist in like chess 960 openings, where again, like I think that my openings are my worst phase in normal chess, but it looks like my openings in chess 960 are just absolutely horrendous. Every single game I get like a massive disadvantage. I mean, if I was playing like a GM, I could sack a piece on g3 and he played h3. Make a draw by repetition, but h3 is a slightly different story. Which rook? Feels like my pieces are coordinated, but the rook on f8 isn't really in the game. He did this e4. It looks dangerous. This is probably not bad. I'm like shaking my head like I just blundered a piece or something. I wouldn't flag if you didn't resign. I'm not really worried about getting flagged there, troll. It's more like getting mated or just losing all my pieces. It was that hopeless that I really didn't see any way like I could possibly continue playing without losing everything. This was a terrible situation for white. Situation. More wise, probably not. He's not awake either. He should be. He should be in school with Troll. But he's losing a piece here. That was the only way to not get mated, to play bishop e3. Okay, well, I'm starting to wake up slowly. The coffee didn't have much effect. I don't think there's any caffeine in my coffee. What's going on here? Why did white play these creepy moves on the king side? He's not awake yet. Yeah, I mean, here, you really need to play c takes d5, I think. What's wrong with c takes d5? Stockfish out of its mind, claiming that black has, on my engine, on my computer, claiming black has an advantage after knight takes d5. That's like absurd. How could black have an advantage here? It's like physically impossible. Black actually has a winning score in this position. How is that even possible? Like, it's ridiculous. White is like a tempo up in a symmetrical position. That doesn't make any sense. Anyways, okay, so this is a line. Yeah, this is a weird move. Probably not losing the game in and of itself. But what do you do here? You know, Roy didn't know like what he's supposed to do. But black has threats on the king side. This very standard. It's basically like a reverse Panov-Bafenik attack or something like that. So you have to defend like Karpov, basically. Knight back to f3. Maybe you'll even come back with the bishop to e2, and you just play against the isolated pawn. You're playing black with an extra move in like a Caro-Kann Panov. But f3 is weird. In and of itself, maybe not that bad, but then you make another. This kind of compounds your mistake. I mean, this makes my pawn center stronger and just helps me. Here, for better or for worse, I mean, you could play g3, but I'm mating him. Oh, I didn't see I have rook. I don't have rook e5, actually. Wow, this is winning for black. Bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes. I didn't realize this was winning for black. Because I have bishop h3 and queen h4. How does that even work? Why not queen e1? That's pretty insane that this is winning for black. I'm a piece down. I have here. Threatening mate. Okay, so that leaves you with only f4, basically, Morois. f4 for better or for worse. After bishop d3. But you should play the opening differently. Okay guys, I have tons of challenges. Hand of Patzer. I'm just going to play as many games as I can. Hopefully no more chess 960, because I suck at chess 960. I just do it to humor Troll. I'm in the top 50, no, top 100 here on lichess and chess 960, but I have no formal chess 960 training. Obviously my openings are horrible in chess 960. I know it's silly to say that, but it's true. Like, later in the game I play better, but in the opening stage of chess 960, I'm atrocious. You ask, what is atrocious? Hand of Patzer. This is a new opponent. Let's make sure you guys are challenging me to casual, not rated. Someone will try to sneak in a rated. No. He takes on c4. Here I could castle or play queen a4. Might even be able to play a different move. I'll tell you, man, the only time I ever played the white side of that position, that something like that position that was just played against me, was against Grigory Kaidanov, and I lost with white in a kind of weird game, but I felt very uncomfortable. It's a passive sort of position. You know, you're basically playing, like I said, like you're black in a Karpov style Pana Botvinnik attack. You have to really like having a slightly passive position. So e6, maybe I take my time about getting this pawn back here. There's no rush to take on c4. Maybe I had knight e5 last move. Was it actually strong? I just feel like I was supposed to develop my pieces, but this knight e5 may have been stronger. Now it's not quite as good. It's possible even now to play knight e5. It's like a kind of weird Catalan where his bishop is out on f5. I don't like the knight on c6. But I think I made some inaccuracy. I missed knight e5. Probably I had slightly better than I did. Anyway, guys, this is Friday, and so I'm just playing all the challengers randomly in a row here. Randomly. In succession. Watch out that my queen doesn't get trapped. Another theme I had in a game with Grigory Kaidanov once where I was black. Queen on a5, knight on c6 was kind of awkward, or felt that way. In the Catalan, oftentimes we rather have the knight coming to d2. You know, so I can play like bishop g5 here. But he just goes h6. If I take, I don't have anything special there. Alright. I'm not going to be afraid of ghosts. My queen is not trapped. It just doesn't have that many squares to go to. Rook e8. Now bishop g5. Objectively, I'm not sure this is even the best move either, but it's just an easy move to play, quickly developing. Tushar says, I won't be able to play a game today, though. Possible, man. But you don't have to play me. You can play other masters on lichess. Your rating is getting pretty high. You ought to be able to play some strong players. But I like having this open challenge day. We can get more people involved in the stream rather than just playing the same players every day. I think it's a good idea. All right, so e4. And this gives our queen a fallback square on e2. Yeah. So d5, rook d1, bishop takes f6 is nothing. Taking on e5. This is not so simple. Just rook d1. How's that? Complicated at best. Maybe I should play d5. Alright, I don't know. It's hard to decide which move I should play here. I don't like closing it up that much. You know, it seems like closing it up here leaves me with a space advantage, but I've got a lot of work to do, and what's my plan? It's very closed. Where's my pawn break here? This really locks it up a lot, and I think it makes it hard for me to kind of make progress. So I'm not happy with d5. Seems like I'm better, but it's not easy by any stretch. Should I play queen a4? Queen a4 is c6, b4, knight c4. Even that is so convincing. Hand of Paschall. Okay, this is... I really shouldn't have accepted this challenge because it's a brand new game, a brand new account with less than 100 games. I have to double check, you guys. But generally, I don't want to accept challenges from players who have new accounts with less than 100 games. I want you to have invested some time in it, not just like a disposable account that people control me with. Control me. Did I just... No, that was good. 89 games. It's a basic disposable account. I'll start a new one tomorrow. B6 is passive. What am I gonna do? Put my rook on B1. That seems strange. Opposite this bishop. But we have a space advantage. It's worth something. Hand of Paschall likes Paschall. He likes to defend kind of cramped positions apparently. But it's stubborn, solid, passive position. Bishop h3 maybe. Actually, he has bishop h5 here. I sort of underestimated this move. I don't know though. Is it really good for black to leave this f5 square totally unprotected? Ultimately, I don't know. It doesn't look right. So I got crushed in our first game, chess 960, by trolling a roll, 1666 rating. But he's tough. Okay, where's that queen going? White is making progress now. I don't know, queen d7, bishop h3. Still hard for me to find a breakthrough. Yeah, he found that queen f8 idea. a3. Still no way to make direct progress. What am I threatening here? He's got knight d6 even. Maybe knight d6, b4. Knight takes f5. Pawn takes c5, knight d4. a6 stops knight b5. Man, this guy is willing to play a really ugly position, but it's still not that easy. Not that easy for me to make progress. I don't know where to even begin. Begin at the beginning and end at the end, but how do you break through here? All right. Feels like I'm like overextending myself. Maybe I should just play knight takes e7 check. He's super fast. Practical player. Not trying to play perfectly. This is a strange move. Now I could sack the exchange with knight to d5, but that looks kind of risky. Risky yet good. Alright. No, that's a whole rook. What am I talking about? Alright, let's just take this. Everything's protected. Queen is out of play. It's obviously super fast, but it's, again, an obscure account, just made up. forcing me into a super awkward position now. Okay, this was a concretely bad move to play knight d7. He had queen e6 there, which would have been very awkward for white. But still, he's just practical, you know, staying in the game, keeping practical chances alive, fast. This is increment. Don't forget. He's only down 1 pawn after all this. Now it's 2. He's got practical chances. Maybe I should take with the pawn? No. I could put my king on h3 there. This is a very bad exchange of queens. Should never exchange queens in a situation when you're down a couple of pawns. There I missed a stronger move. Could have won a piece. Would have been a good idea. I seriously made a very, very bad error there. Oh no. He could have won a pawn back. He's obviously like a bullet player or something. Why didn't I play? No, that didn't work. I was thinking rook. Rook c1. This is very awkward. Not even winning anymore. He just, yeah. Interesting player. Too fast for me to finish it. He was actually winning. He missed rook takes g2 check. No, it was horrible, but it was a draw at the end. It's a draw after rook b5. He has just like bishop takes e4 here. First of all, now it's like Very hard for white to win, I think, after this. Played f4. Bishop b5 here. Rook takes. And then he misses a win here. With rook takes g2 check. Is there some way I can draw? He's got the right color rook pawn. Check here. King here. I guess I can trade off all the pawns. Not quite. But I do have e6. This is kind of funny. I would imagine he wins here anyway, huh? King f8. He just puts the bishop here and then drives me into Zugzwang. Alright. Good game, me. This was a very bad technique by me. Alright. So that was embarrassing. Not winning a winning position. Not having a good day today. Draw is what you're famous for. Oh, thank you. That's very kind. All right. Knight f3, g6. Yeah, that's what I try to really, you know, to really be famous for the draws. Anyway, let's make sure the opponents have like 100 games. Alright, as long as you guys have 100 games, it's cool. This guy had 89. He was a real person though. Come on, come on. Has 100 games combined. I'm just not awake yet. It's too early. Too early. Fast Friday should be in the evening. Honestly. we play 5+3. If I'm playing the faster blitz, I should really be doing it in the evening, around 7 p.m. when I'm really awake. Okay, queen takes d5. We had this once before with Morales. But I should also try to commentate less. You know, I'm used to doing a pretty in-depth commentating of the games, and it's kind of hurting me on the clock. In the 5-3 games, it starts to really count. Actually, Morales messed up and challenged me to 6+3. You're not supposed to do that. All the challenges should be 5+3 today. Morales is the only one. He's the only one who challenged me to 6+3. He tried to sneak in an extra minute. Yeah, it's a joke. It's a combination of Scandinavian and modern. Well, you can do it in a Scandinavian. My webcam's not doing anything. It's the way that people's settings are for viewing the webcam, I guess. There's nothing wrong with my webcam. You gotta have it set for 1080, I guess. Knight c6 is a really, really strange move. Do I watch other streams? Well, very occasionally, but basically I don't do anything. I don't do anything other than just doing this and teaching chess. I don't have a lot of free time. Yeah, I don't really have time. I would watch other streams, but I don't really have free time to do it, unfortunately. That's the problem. Not that I don't want to. h6, weakening the king side. g5, bishop g3, knight h5. What am I going to do? Yeah, I don't know why it took me so long to play bishop e3 here. This is a sign that I'm not fully awake. This is clearly the best move. Okay, now I'm not sure. His knight's on the side of the board though. Feels like I've walked into something home preparation. Weird. some sort of strange home prepared line. It's like a Steinitzian idea of 95. 95. Steinitz did this in the Scotch in some lines to make a d5 break, putting the knight on a5. It's pretty cool. Like, I don't have an advantage anymore. Just not my day today, I guess. It's just not my day. Alright, let's try something combative. A week ago your cam was fine. Not sure what has changed. Well, I don't really understand what it can be. I mean, nothing has changed on my end. It looks fine. I mean, I don't understand what you're talking about. So, Soltigo, I'm looking at my own stream right now. It's totally not distorted. I'm watching... The thing is, I'm watching Twitch myself. It's not about the lighting. The lighting isn't poor. I have, like, massive light in this room. But it might be, like, a setting about the lighting. But we're not talking about the lighting. My cam is absolutely perfect. As I'm watching Twitch right now. What do you mean it might be my internet? Mine is perfect. My own stream looks perfect. So I can't, you know, exactly understand what the problem is. I'm watching myself on Twitch right now. But TD Vine, we're not talking about the lighting, dude. They're talking about something else. And he says my cam is good, by the way. Lighting, yeah, maybe lighting is not ideal, but that's not the issue. People are having like distortion in the viewing my cam on their Twitch stream. I don't understand. Morales really misplayed this though, dude. You took a good position and you ruined it somehow. I've just got a good ending now with this the two bishops. This is like ideal for white. When I change quality to source, it's working really great. It's totally fine now. This is what Tushar said. I just don't think it's anything that I changed or anything particular to my my setup here. It's like the way people are set up on their side. I can't diagnose the problem if I can't see the problem. I know that I'm not beautiful, but I do look good on the cam, to me. Right now, it looks fine. I agree about the lighting, though. I should do something about the lighting, but I don't really know how to put the lighting in a different place. The layout in my office isn't really optimal for that. Just grabbing some space here with G4. It's not even my move. Okay. Even better in distort. I'm like in the middle of a game right now, Soltigo. Should I change the settings right now, or what should I do? It's like hard enough. I got distracted in the first game. Now you guys want me to like play with my camera in the middle of a game or something. Yeah, the camera, the lighting should be a little different. The problem is it like blinds me when I do that. I may have changed it a little bit because I was getting sunspots on my eyes from this really really, really bright bulb that I have. I would occasionally look at it by accident, and I had to kind of move it down because I would have this happen from time to time. I don't know. I'd really rather focus on the game than all this like peripheral stuff, which seems to be the obsession of a lot of people. Bishop d3. This is just a horrible position for Morales. Okay, still it's not so easy to win, but it's like an awful, torturous kind of situation. I don't think he should have traded his dark squared bishop. Well, on e5, yeah, that has to be the mistake. Yeah, I'm preparing f5. The problem is that my office is I mean, I have natural sunlight if I want to, but it really messes with the webcam. That's a disaster. When I use the sky roof, you know, for lighting, you call it a sky roof when it's not a car. Now black is nearly getting mated. Close doesn't count, right? And everything looks good. He does have bishop e4 here. Then I have to play f6. I could also play my rook to the 7th, but then he's picking up multiple pawns. My brain just isn't really functioning well today. I don't know what he's thinking about. It's the only move. I mean, by all means, this should be very good for white, but I still don't see a forced win. His king is almost mated, his knight is on a5, his pawn's on h5 hanging. I have threats to get the rook on the 7th, his bishop is unprotected, his rook isn't in the game. And yet, like, I still don't see, like, a forced win. Knight c6, it's a KG. KG has been called again, KG move. Man. All right, I gotta keep that protected. You guys are good defenders. Gotta give you credit. But rook d8 was stronger there. Morales could have traded rooks, or yeah, basically forced the exchange of rooks on the previous move. Thought that was clearly stronger. This h-pawn really should be winning. But I think he had more accurate ways to play this. Yeah, I'll just play b3. So all of our hopes and prayers are with the h pawn. But I think he could have played much better. The opening was kind of interesting. I didn't like bishop takes e5. But even so, black had, I thought, reasonable chances to defend. Rook d8 immediately instead of wasting a tempo. Maybe I should isolate. We both have isolated pawns this way. Alright, take. Should be winning for me. Bishop g4. My king is too strong. The only hope was to like come around the other way to d6. It's just too strong for white. Just make sure his king is cut off in both directions. Fighting to the bitter end. Do you actually have bishop g6 there? Could he play bishop g6? Well, nothing's going to save him here. This has to be winning. Technically, he can't grab one of my pawns, so it's a stupid question. Okay, never mind. Master 14. All right. Yeah, I try to avoid the 1 minute chess. I don't feel like, you know, that's, I don't understand grandmasters who like playing 1 minute chess. I don't really understand. I love chess too much to let it like degenerate into absolute garbage. And I only, you know, we only live like what's the average human lifespan? 70 years or something? It goes faster than you think. I really don't want to waste my time just randomly moving the pieces around trying to make the guy lose on time. I'm astonished like how many strong players waste their time playing 1 minute chess. I mean, Magnus Carlsen is a kind of exceptional person, but he plays every time control. So here d5, pawn takes pawn, knight c3. Can we do that? There's no reason to do that, is there? I mean, no reason to do some kind of weird sacrifice. You can still play knight e4 here, though. Kind of strange, slow Queen's Indian. Now I have d5. Pawn takes pawn, and it's just space. Fun is fine, man. I mean, but if I want fun, I can go to Disney World or something, you know. What does fun have to do with playing chess? Entertainment and chess are different things. In my opinion. Geese the Great. It's been a long time since I've seen you. How do I feel about the new title players playing on the site? Well, I think it's good. I don't want chess. I don't want lichess to become commercialized, though. You know, there's a danger in it that the site will get commercialized, and then, you know, something bad will happen. But I like the fact that there's lots of strong players playing. I think it's great. You know, there's always a positive way and a negative way to look at it. But I think we should default with the positive. Hyperpotzer is an NM at the moment. Only. It's quite an achievement in general. Alright, so we just have space advantage. I mean, it's a passive position for black. Yeah, Geese, I remember you watching my stream like a year ago or more. I'm not really sure about this whole business with knight e1. It's a Bogo Indian style plan. I'm not certain it's the best absolute plan. But time goes by quickly, and I want to get better at chess, and I'm not going to get better at chess by playing 1-minute chess. So, you know, therefore, if you have a lot of extra time in your hands, I guess do what you want, you know. Most people don't. So now f4. Serious grandmasters don't spend their days playing 1-minute chess. I can assure you of that. Serious players of any level, you know. Magnus Carlsen playing 1-minute chess here, it's the exception, dude. He's that good that he can basically mess around playing 1-minute chess in his free time. I agree. I mean, I think that 5 minutes is not useful for everything, you know. Even 5 minutes isn't like good for training games. I got to be honest, when I go over games with my students, I just dismiss anything. I don't want to go over people's 5 minutes games, you know. I mean, it's mostly garbage. So we can just throw it in the trash and try to play some like 15-minute games or 20-minute games or something where you actually have some time to think. You actually have some time to play like a quality endgame. But unfortunately, chess has been moving in this direction for a while. In that, like the World Chess Federation has made time controls faster and faster in this sort of hopeless attempt to make chess more popular with the general public. But it doesn't have any effect. You know, people really don't care if it's 90 minutes for the game, 60 minutes for the game, 2 hours for the game. If they're spectators, I think it doesn't matter. All right, now is knight g4 an idea? Okay, I like this regrouping. It's a very standard Queen's Indian style idea. But I bet I just have to like play on intuition here. It's really not a lot of time. When I play the longer games, like 7 minutes, I like to really deeply commentate the games. But you know, a lot of kids and people who are, you know, looking for an adrenaline rush really like playing 1 minute. That's fine, and I understand, but it's not real chess. You know, you can say what you want, dude. It's just an adrenaline rush. Oh man, he's just trying and trying and trying to do this. The point is to play e5. The final frontier. You know, I think that some of the grandmasters are streaming 1 minute because they think that's what people want to see. You know, let them think that. I really think it's a waste of time. Anyway, we've been looking for the space here, so we've got tactics based on d6, but I don't think I can like drop pieces to achieve that. So we're threatening d6. We've got the massive center on e5 and d5. I think this is like close to a strategically winning position for white. Now it's just a matter of technique, as they say. So, what's the plan? Well, I do need to get the rest of my pieces developed. He can also put pressure on e5. It's pretty weird, the whole position, but kind of abstract move, but knight f4 is even interesting. What am I going to do about my e5, my e5 pawn? I mean, there are tactics on the diagonal, but I'm worried about keeping this protected. If I just had like 2 more moves, it would be easy. Well, honestly, Soltigo, I understand your argument, but 99% of the chess world couldn't possibly play 1-minute chess, because they can't play that fast. You know, this is like pretty advanced players in the grand scheme of things who are playing 1-minute chess, not like total beginners. Maybe knight b5 even. Am I going the wrong way here? Alright. I want to get my rook in the game like Botvinnik. Queen h5 looks good. And then rook e1. Maybe rook d1. Almost works. Proverbial horseshoes and hand grenades debate. All of our pieces are like perfect now. But that's the beauty of having a little bit of time. We can actually do something constructive. So e6. Okay, he's just dropping, I guess he's just dropping c7. But I've got to be careful of tactic here for him. e6. Does this work? No, I'm not so sure. I have knight takes c7. I mean, it shouldn't be bad for white. I can just play knight takes e6. I guess that's simplest. But nevertheless, he's still alive here. He's really stayed alive. I thought I had better, but queen g5 trading queens. Okay, Mastermind is only 1700. I had the feeling he was stronger. He's 2100 in correspondence, 2000 in rapid. That looks even stronger. His rook is still not trapped, ironically. This passed pawn is really strong. All of our pieces are good. Coordination. I've been playing online chess since like 1992 in some form. Bullet chess never appealed to me. I did play 2-minute, you know, sometimes. With 2 minutes, it doesn't seem quite as ridiculous to me, you know. If we want to call that bullet chess, you can make an argument that it's just about mouse skills. It doesn't really matter. I don't know. Anyway, it's a matter of taste. If you guys like Bullet, it's cool. Whatever. Silly Turtle, 5+3, but I don't have time, you know. I don't have time to try to play 2-minute chess. It's one thing if you're like a college student. You've got a lot of free time in your hands. You know, go for it and spend all your time playing 2-minute. I guess it won't hurt you, but that's about as fast as I would play. Have a little bit of time to think, you know, and try to get something out of the game. But if you really want to become a strong player, you need to think deeper. I mean, look at like Aronian. And I don't think this guy plays 1-minute chess. I'm sure he does and he can, but I really doubt that, you know, he gets his thrills out of playing 1-minute chess. If you look how deep his game is, it's much deeper. It's much deeper, I think, than even Carlsen. Carlsen is like got this awesome intuition and sort of, you know, technique going on, but Aronian is much deeper conceptions, a deeper understanding of the game. Very beautiful style. I just hope he wins the candidates tournament this year. So let's say knight takes d5, e4 is a sort of dubious gambit. Where am I at here? So what did I do? Bishop f5. I played c takes d5. I think Capablanca played queen b3 here instead. There's some argument for queen b3. e4, knight takes c3, b takes c3, bishop takes e4. I don't know that that's really, you know, enough compensation for a pawn there. It's interesting though. Definitely good enough to play it in like a blitz game. But objectively, I'm not so sure. Knight d2. Yeah, it's a little late for that. Wait, when was knight d2 possible? What? Knight d2, like the knight fd2? I must be missing something. Yeah, okay, Karyakin is a great player. He's a great player, you know. He is what he is, man. Personally, I think he's a little robotic, but you know, I'm saying this like he's way better than me, but I'm saying this as a sort of connoisseur of grandmasters, like a food critic, you know. Karyakin, he's a little bit too robotic, if you want to know he's always been like that. Not really very creative, I don't think. That's why I don't really like him. Okay, what's the deal with this? Queen b6, silly turtle. I don't really have an edge here. I don't know what the status is of this theoretically. Knight takes d5, queen takes b3. Alright. Yeah, I've been here before. It's just nothing for white. Knight d2, dude, what are you talking about? Knight d2. Seriously, dude. Knight d2, undeveloping a piece in this position? That's crazy. I would never undevelop my knight. Not to say it's not possible. We can look at it after the game. But, I mean, that is a crazy idea. Now, knight c7 check is interesting. King somewhere. Pawn takes. King takes c7. That's kind of weird. How's his king doing? Knight d2. Okay, you get credit for being creative. You mean on move 6? What? Okay, move 6, but that's not what I was talking about. I just mean it's like really, you're undeveloping a piece here in a fairly open position. I find this is hard to believe. That can be a good move. Silly turtle. E6 might be a mistake. Ironically. You're supposed to play like knight d7, man. I mean, bishop d7, Capablanca style. No, but I mean, first you play knight c6, and then you wait and see what I'm going to do. And then when I go bishop e5, you retract your bishop back to d7, and it's like a draw. He loses a piece here. This is a known position, but usually played by a different order of moves. I've had draws in blitz in this position already, but you should go here and see what I'm going to do. Maybe I shouldn't even play bishop b5, just play bishop d2 and develop my pieces. But I don't think the white has anything. I need to find a better move, basically. I need to find a better line here for white, because this is just a draw. Karyakin had a secure draw in one game that would have prevented the tiebreak. Yeah, man, he was winning the match. Okay, nerves have a lot to do with it. Karyakin doesn't have that much experience like a lot of these guys in match play. That's why I don't think that Mamedyarov has a good chance. He has got no experience playing like high-level matches. Can win all the open tournaments in the world, all the round-robin tournaments in the world, but it's still not the same as playing in a match. Kramnik has the best match experience. He could easily hold, Kramnik could easily hold, possibly, on the right, when the moon is in the right position or whatever. It's very possible that old man Kramnik could hold Carlsen to a drawn match, I think. Alright. Let's go back. But Kramnik isn't getting any younger, admittedly. I'll look at the 92. Have a look at 92. After this game, I already started it, so fat president. I think the format of the games, it's very important. It's not just about ELO rating. Mamedyarov is a great fighter, but I'm not sure he has a great chance against Carlsen in a match. He's like the highest rated player according to FIDE ELO. I was thinking about something else the other day. I mean, what do you guys think about this? But maybe like your lifetime rating, like the average of your lifetime rating should be your current rating. I'm not like a statistician, but I was just thinking the other day, like looking at my team, my Hungarian league team, we have like 4 players who are all far below their average rating, but basically our board order is messed up because it's like we have 4 strong players in the team. I'm like, or 5, let's say. I'm number 5. If I'm the 5th strongest player on the team, in terms of like highest rating achieved, and but I was just thinking it would be an interesting rating system if instead of just counting our current rating, we would count people as an average of all their, we would average all of their monthly like rating supplements over. That doesn't make sense because then you'd have these really low ones from the beginning. I don't know how you would do it, but it just feels like you should give more credit to people's like lifetime achievement. Some kind of rating system where more credit is given to lifetime high rating and stuff like that, because we've got like a team where basically the 3rd strongest player is playing board 1 because her rating is like momentarily the highest. That seems kind of weird to me, actually. Why? Because of the FIDE rating, she's like 5 rating points higher than 2 other people who are stronger players. Momentarily her rating is higher, but I don't know. It seems like there should be another rating system, some way of measuring. Right now, Mamedyarov is the highest rated player in the candidates tournament, but there's, I still don't think he's the best player. This is my basic point. A better rating system to measure overall greatness. I don't know. Yeah, but the theory of using like all your lifetime rating averages, I don't know, would that work? You'd need an awful lot of sample sizes for that to make sense, I guess. For the younger players, it wouldn't be really working. I'm tempted to play knight to g5 here, but I'm spending too much time. I had a similar game against Ananas a few weeks ago. Wow. Well, anyway, I guess we should try it. We spent all of our time on this. Knight takes e6. Fat President used no time for the whole game. Just instantly plays bishop takes f3. He's used 7 seconds for the whole game. Do you even play bullet? Whoops. He's got no bullet games. That's weird, isn't it? Player who plays this fast and has no bullet games. Multiple accounts, I suspect. Knight takes d6, bishop takes e2. Wait a minute, I have knight takes d6. What is going on here? Knight takes d6, bishop takes e2, knight c6. Bishop takes d3, knight takes e7 check. King h8, pawn takes d3. Did you calculate all that, Fat President? Is that what you were doing in those 7 seconds? Knight takes d6, bishop takes e2, knight c6, bishop takes d3, knight takes e7 check, king h8, pawn takes pawn. And at the end of the day, black is at least equal. Huh. We have a bishop versus knight, but my d3 pawn is kind of weak. Knight c5, that's just going to be a problem. So we have to go with variation B, which I didn't talk about variation B. Did he calculate all that in those 7 seconds, or he just plays without thinking, basically? I think he just, you know, trusts to his luck what's happening here. But I like to be a little more circumspect about my analysis, trusting to fate. So at the end of the day, what's going on here? I get the piece back, but I have some problems. My position is very awkward. I didn't see that far, you know, in 7 seconds. I guess he was thinking on my time. We have to consider that. He was thinking on my time. This looks really dubious. I'm probably just losing. Well, I'm not losing. But I don't like it. I mean, maybe I'm not losing. I don't like the position so much. But I don't know how he calculates that so quickly. No, I mean, rook f7 sucks, dude. The only move he has is king h8, and that's the point. Rook f7 is horrible, dude. This is the only move. It's the next move that I missed in my initial assessment. The first time I spent a minute on the position. His next move. Funny how he doesn't play any bullet though. He actually has relatively new account. Yeah. I actually missed this. I was looking at Queen C7. Rook E8 just wins immediately. To sack my queen here, I have nothing. Why did I miss that? That's so strange. I don't know why I missed Rook E8. But he played the whole game using like no time. Bishop takes F3 doesn't work? What? Well, what am I missing here? I resigned in a good position. Oh. Dude, you like bluffed me. What the heck? Alright. Anyway, guys. That's terrible. I knew there was a reason Rook E8 didn't work. I thought, when you played it, I thought I lost my queen. Alright, that's embarrassing. But at least I feel better, knowing I'm not crazy. Why would you play Rook E8, man? I mean, Queen C7 is just like better for black. I thought it was better for black. I never would have found this move, Rook E6. This is a head slapper. Like, oh, I resign. I didn't see Rook E8. What is that, man? Of course, but I mean, when someone plays a move you didn't think was possible, you know, your first assumption was, oh no, I blundered. Oh my god, I'm like an idiot. You know, I just lost my queen. But I would never even consider. I saw Rook E8 before, and I just eliminated it from my like possible continuations here. It's just a bad move for black. I mean, this is like resigning, you know. His move is like resigning, playing Rook E8. This is just a totally lost position for black. You have to play Queen C7. This is the entire point, man. I mean, that's why I was terrified of Queen C7. Arsenal fan, how much do you want to bet that knight d2 is just a bad move for white? Queen c7 here. If I don't find Rook e6, which I wouldn't have, I would have played something like lame, like Queen e2, the second best move. And now I think that black, although the engine says it's equal, the position is actually easier for black to play. And this is what should have happened in the game. Actual game reached this position from 1981. Easier to play for black, I think. But Fat President, you played fast and then you played Rook e8 and you freaked me out. I mean, it's just a losing move for black. So this was eliminated from my candidate moves. And then when you played it anyway, I was like, oh shit, I just blundered. I lost my queen. I was like, what? Unbelievable. Alright. You bluffed me. But Arsenal fan insists that we look at his move knight to d2 from the previous game. It looks really bad. Let's see. So that was a long time ago. When was this game? Oh, it wasn't his game. It was Silly Turtle. So yes, Arsenal fan. All right. Knight d2. Undeveloping a piece here. It's an actual move. I don't know. I don't like it. It looks really wrong to me. It's been played by a few players. It's similar to this idea. There's a variation here. You know, in the what is this opening? D4, the Marshall defense. D4, knight f6, c4, d5, pawn takes pawn. I've played this before. knight d5, knight f3, bishop f5. Here, okay, you know, I do like, I've done knight d2 sometimes, which I don't, you know, this is awkward too, because we're putting our knight on like kind of substandard square, but we're supporting e4. But in this case, in this game, man, I mean, we're undeveloping a piece, you know, a developed piece is moving back to d2. So, you know, it's possible that it's not a bad move, but I don't like it. It feels like we're undeveloping. But I'll give you credit, it's actually not bad for white. My move is the main move, queen b3, queen b6, and this is apparently the main continuation, but I don't really like it. It doesn't seem like white has that much. Queen takes b3. So this has actually been played. Knight c7 check. I didn't know if this was a real variation. Yeah, Arsenal fan, it's true. I mean, the position is exceptional. Intuitively, I didn't want to undevelop my pieces, but I was thinking about this. I almost went for this, but I didn't trust it because I've never played this position. Alex Scherzer actually lost to a fairly weak FIDE master with black back in 2001. Wow, Scherzer was here in 2001? That's weird. Yeah, I guess I thought I saw him here. Think of it. He was like one of the first Americans to come to Budapest and play here before me. I don't know if he made his GM title here or not, but he may have back in like the very early 90s. Back around 95, 94. Scherzer was here first. But anyways, this is standard line. Looks like nothing. This is a terrible blunder. Just play knight c6 and then bishop e5. But yeah, actually, Arsenal fan has a point. I've never considered this. Knight d2. Of course, black has many moves here. He could play just bishop g6. This is the most logical. Okay, onward and upward. Arsenal fan, I give you credit, man. That's a good idea. It's the second most common move in that position. I never would have imagined it. It seems almost to violate principles. But I guess black has sort of violated principles by giving up their strong point on d5. So we got bluffed last game, but objectively, my sacrifice on e6 probably isn't really that good. Come on, come on, come on. It's a new account, but he's got just over 100 games. Come on, come on, come on. I have a correspondence game like this against somebody. Now I can cheat and analyze my correspondence game. Yeah, the knight seems good on f3. You're bringing it back to d2. But it's the same idea as knight bd2 in that other line I showed you. So a3. Now it's like tempting to go back to e7. But there he could play e4. We can't very well let him just play e4, can we? So this transposes to a mainline classical Nimzo of sorts. It looks like me versus Vladimir Yeptishin, circa 1993. Maybe later. That was around a little later, maybe 95, 96. A3, C5, the Yeptishin. You can also play H6. I think this is normal. I mean, I've had several games with the white pieces in this position. But E3 seems too passive. This is just like... Now I can play knight e4. Bishop takes d8, knight takes c3. But is that even good for me? C takes D, C takes D, D5, C takes D, Queen takes D5, no? I like this structurally for black. Thank you guys. Acerbate, thanks for the one bit donation, the pyramid. Is it cheating to use a real board while playing online? I don't believe so. Man, that's kind of, especially if you're blind. Running variations on it. Yeah, I guess. It would be cheating, technically. You know? Technically, it is cheating. Yeah. It's no different than using an analysis board online. I mean, it's obviously kind of a no-no. No-no. Knight e4. Bishop takes d8, knight takes c3. We can trade queens. I have to be a little bit careful here with his two bishops. I said earlier, it's been a bad day for me. I lost a troll on a roll on the first game in Chess 960. Now I lost the second game with a very, very strange hallucination. He plays like a blunder, and I basically give up and practically resign, sacrificing my queen for no reason. That's an odd turn of events. I don't know what to do here. I don't know. I like developing pieces, but my knight would be more active on d7. So I guess the idea is that on pawn takes d5, I can take with a knight now. It's not very active, though. Basically, I'm recommending cheating for the participants of my simul's. What are you talking about? Dude, I didn't recommend it. What are you talking about, dude? I said it is cheating. What's up with you today, troll? You misunderstand everything I say. I was telling him it is cheating. I'm agreeing with you. You know, I'm not recommending cheating to people playing in my simuls. What the heck are you talking about? All right. Come on, 1700. I'm trying to play perfect moves. Not so easy to do. Queen b8. Hey, Queen b8 is kind of cool. This is a weird idea. If you're using a board during the simuls, I think it's okay to use a board, but you can't make analysis variations on it, you know. But there's nothing illegal about using a board, in my opinion. I'm not the world expert on chess rules, and the rules of playing online chess are kind of vague, but that's fine to have a real board, I think. But some people who are really technically anal retentive about rules might argue that's not correct. I don't know. I don't think that's a problem, but you're not allowed to move the pieces and analyze variations. But I don't see anything wrong with setting up a board, troll. I don't really understand why that's against the rules, you know. Why should that be? Why should that not be allowed? You're not allowed to move the pieces, that's all. You know, it's just you're making a copy of the board. I don't think that should be disallowed. But again, like some really technically anal retentive might say that's against the rules. I'm not that big I'm not going to interpret the rules like that, you know. It seems a little bit exaggerated. that you're not allowed to set up a real board. I mean, blind people have, you know, like their own separate board when they play. That's not against the rules. Like, why is a secondary board with the same position on it a big deal? I don't see the problem, really. Improving your blind spots. I mean, if you go to tournaments, oftentimes I've played in tournaments in tournaments where we're playing on a demonstration board, troll. That's not against the rules. I could go there and look at the demonstration board. Tal would stand there staring at the demonstration board in the tournament hall. I mean, it's really no different than that. A second board with the same position on it. I don't see any problem. This guy's strong, like the first player who was giving me a tough game in round 1. No, round 2, was it? Technical ending here. Okay, bishop f1 is a little passive. I don't really understand why. Well, I was concerned about knight e1, knight d3, knight c5, like Arsenal fan. But he's got other ideas. I like how this guy's 1700. And super fast. I think you could have kept the queens on the board with queen f4. That could have been very dangerous for me. Man, his speed and strength is there. Probably a drawn position. Probably. But maybe not anymore. We win a pawn. King d2 is a strange move. You should go to d3. It's a much better square. This guy is pretty fast. He's got 2 minutes to take to the grave with him. Too fast. Knight is coming back to life. Found a way to attack my f6 pawn. He's got like 2.5 minutes left. Another new account. It's the same as that other first guy. He's got like 100 games. He plays super fast. It's a new account. I think the demo board, analogy is relevant. If demo boards are allowed in world-class tournaments, then what's the difference? The e5 looks strong. Knight g6. Too many pawns on the wrong color here for white. And no king. By the time your king gets in there to b6, my pawn is going to be queening on f1. Come on needs to slow down and take more time. Try to play better moves. He's obviously very fast, but that's not enough, you know. I mean, you got to play good moves. Let's go over and take this one. We'll have a backup on the queen side. Then we'll close the force field again. Force field. Alright, the force field is back in place. And now we just keep going. This is not such an interesting position to play on. Alright. So guys, we have like 35 minutes left. I think he has a draw there with very good play in that ending. The other interesting possibility was to go queen f4 to try to keep the queens on the board. But if he plays bishop d3 before I have time to play bishop c4 and force the exchange of white squared bishops, I don't think I'm winning that position as well. So really pretty good play for 1700 lichess, which is, I guess, the average rating here on lichess, or maybe a little higher, I'm not sure. He plays the stonewall attack. Stonewall attack is pretty frustrating. 2-0 against the same GM and over the board. Well, it happens. Like, sometimes it's stylistic. You know, certain players match up well against other players because of their styles. I have a good record against Uncle Yermo. I don't know. That's probably just random. We actually have kind of similar styles. So it's sort of strange. C3. Well, whatever. I mean, it's a form of Stonewall Dutch. Acerbate, thank you. 100 bits donation from Acerbate. Second on the leaderboard. But he only plays streamers. Right. But you obviously must have another account. Nobody only plays streamers. It's your streamer playing account. But you need to play slower, you know. There's no reason to play, okay, you know, the reason to play that fast. You got plenty of time. I mean, use your time. You shouldn't lose that position. It should really be a draw. Allowing me to play bishop c4 there is unnecessary for white. You know, I had kind of basically written the game off as a draw mentally. Which is playing the Stonewall attack. This is Soltigo's alter ego. I had the same position with Soltigo. I guess his bishop was on d3 last week. Or no, this week. Right, Soltigo. This is our game. Exact same game with colors reversed. But you played a new plan with... By the way, that was interesting. You played a new plan with a5 against me, Soltigo, in the Tuesday viewer tournament. And nobody had ever played a5 before. The computer says I have knight a4, but I don't... you know, I didn't think it was that strong. I looked at it forever. Soltigo, do you remember this? Tushar said I was +4 against Pap G, missed a mate by him, so I lost, or else I was winning. Pap G is very human. Most grandmasters are human. Yeah, I mean, a4. It's Soltigo. Which Soltigo? Which is that? Did I play another guy with less than 100 games? No. Okay, he's real. Now, knight here. Yeah, knight here looks like... Well, the other thing is usually they had the bishop on d3, queen on e2. I think that's better, because that can stop b5. Here he can't stop b5. So I'm getting my minority attack. He's meanwhile getting his other knight in the game. It's trade-off. But Soltigo's plan of putting the bishop on d6, queen on e7 with black does slow down b5. Stonewall attack, London system, these Stonewall defense, I should say, and the London system are Magnus Carlsen weapons because he likes closed positions as strategic openings, I guess. Well, the bishop on e2, it's not necessarily that bad, but the modern Stonewall Dutch and the Stonewall attack, you know, contend that usually the bishop's more active on d3. It simply allows you to play queen e2, which controls this diagonal. In some variations, it stops black from playing. In other positions, black's plan is different. He's trying to play like bishop a6. So that's also stopping bishop a6, exchanging off the white squared bishop. It's just considered more active. Now, I don't know if I should play b4 right away here. It feels a little premature. Should I play knight e4 myself? This guy's like a Stonewall attack expert. We could close the position with c4. That doesn't seem quite right. This b4 may not be that good. I'm not really sure. Maybe I can just play f6 or something, kick his knight off of e5. It's just a position. That's probably best. Bishop e1, f6. And black is slightly better. You copied the game between Magnus and Fabio, but it wasn't the same position, right? Your move a5 is apparently a new move, but the engine doesn't like it. This setup for black is usually played like with white against the Stonewall defense. It's kind of a non-traditional way of playing, I believe. You know, Petrosian would always put the knight on d2 or d7, and the knight would follow the other knight's path. Knight on c3 is considered to be like an unusual way of playing against the Stonewall, but it looks like it's getting a lot more. It's been getting a lot more interest. This I definitely did not anticipate. Rook a7. The rook looks a little lonely on a7. There are a lot of different ways I can play this, I suppose. Just bishop b7. Kind of an ugly move, though. I regret this. I regret this move already. This is probably bad. Yeah. Bishop b7 is bad. Bad, bad, bad. Too many problems. Now knight e5 he could have played, and then I have this fork issue. Queen b6. Queen a1. Oh, he can't do queen a1. And maybe it wasn't that bad. If he can't do queen a1, fortunately for me. He didn't have queen a1 because his bishop was hanging. Okay. Yeah, in that case, maybe my plan isn't bad after all. But I think the white is still only a tiny bit worse here. Queen a1, his bishop was hanging on d2, so he couldn't do that. But I don't like my bishop on b7. Obviously, it was better on c8 with this diagonal. I'm just trying to defend my e7 pawn and sort of cut off his rook artificially. g7, g2. Oh, this bishop. I'm more concerned about my other bishop, to be honest with you. Standard Stonewall starting to get a headache from this game. B4, sacrificing a pawn. Oh wait, I have queen b6. Ah. This should allow us to comfortably deal with the situation. It's still in a insipid position. I hate the stone wall defense. I hate these closed, locked positions. And I hate the London system too. I just want to get that in there. Alright. B4. We have the break. Strategic pawn sacrifice, anyone? I don't think I'm going to get it back if I do that, unfortunately. Now we have the idea of b4. Maybe. My d5 pawn is constantly needs babysitting, which is a pain. Now I have b4, but he's got queen a6 or rook a6, whatever that is. Is that a rook? Alright. Queen c2, rook a8. Usurping control. I'm a usurper. Gregory usurper. Rook a8, taking of control of the a file. You know, that's the kind of argument like, why is white playing on the queen side in the stonewall attack? You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean, man? Rook b3, it's asking for tactics. But it's costing too much for me to win the exchange here, it looks like. Too expensive, this winning of the exchange. He's got c4 for real now? Yep. I probably just walked into that. Well, it's not so clear. This? Now I have bishop a4 winning the exchange in a different way. He should have taken on e4 there. Okay, this is getting really unclear. He still has bishop takes e4. Alright, he just sort of blundered in time pressure. What's the material now? I'm up a rook. Having trouble keeping track, honestly. He keeps finding moves at the last possible second. Just when you think he's going to lose on time, he doesn't. So he's good with the increment. I sort of underestimated that, but now he's going under. Sub. Oh no. Just when you said he was going under, I'm lost. I'm still not lost. How am I still up a piece here? Very strange. How am I not down material or something? This guy is not one to give up. The way I've been playing, I don't blame him. I wouldn't resign either. Man, that was kind of nervous. I don't know, you know, I let it get a little crazy there. I think you could have had a really good exchange sacrifice at one moment, you know. Around there when I played b4. This is far from clear. It looks like he's even better. I should have just recaptured on d5 with the bishop, and I'm slightly better, but it's nothing really. This rook b3 was a good idea. I thought about this, but I declined to do this, and that was my downfall. I could have probably won an exchange slowly by trapping his rook on b4. Like e6, rook f7, rook a7, bishop f8, Rubinstein. It's still not so easy, though. He has like b3. Maybe I have to play rook a2. This was much stronger than what I did, but I declined to go for it. I got in trouble as a result. Okay, Arsenal fan, what's up next? Alright, let's not bash any of the other streamers. D4 against Arsenal fan. Hopefully we can play like 2 more games, guys. This one and one more. Haberbaum is next. I think I'm gonna have to stop after that because it's time. I'm playing the Kamsky attack, the Tory attack. I don't know why I did this. I just felt like doing something different. If you play the London system, I think that this is also a good line. Dreyev played this a lot, Kamsky, but not really a dangerous system if Black knows what they're doing. I never play this. I just felt like doing something that Arsenal fan wouldn't expect because we played a lot of games. But by the way, wow, dude, it's exactly our 100th game, Arsenal fan. 99. It's not a strange London. It's the Tory attack. It's related to the London. I mean, they're in the same family of openings. I always thought of it as slightly more aggressive than the London, but maybe in reality, it's not. Our 100th game, man, our anniversary. I could play bishop f4, but then knight h5 is good. Soltigo's like, I only have 7 alternative accounts. Alright. I have none. Although I want one sometimes. People always challenge me when I'm working. And then I have to like leave what I'm doing and type in a message. Sorry, I'm working right now, can't play. Okay, bishop d7. Nothing wrong with that, I guess. Celebrate the 100th. Our 100th game. Arsenal didn't even realize. There are probably 7 or 8 players now who have 100 games against me here. I'm guessing. It's a little bit of a passive setup for Black. Bishop e7. But it's not bad. I mean, how bad can it be? We can take on f6 now, though. He'll get his pawn back? How does he get his pawn back? It seems materialistic. Bishop takes, takes. He'll have some compensation there. I don't know. But if I don't do that, what do I do? Queen e2 or something? What would Magnus do? This is also related to the Stonewall attack I just played against. These are all in the same family of openings. Stonewall attack, Colley system, London system, Tory attack. You might even argue the Trompowsky. Alright, now that you're castled, I'll castle. How about that? Pickle rook. You must have been bored when you made that up, man. Alright. I should have an alt account where I can just play secretly and work on all my opening theory. Queen c7 now. Wait a minute. Where are you going? would I do if I was Gata Kamsky? That's what I keep thinking to myself. Right? Now I defend with a rook. He was smart. He didn't play bishop d6, allowing the trick d takes c5. All right. Welcome to Kamsky land. Gata was playing the Tory attack when he first came to the United States in the early 90s, and he won the U.S. championship. So he had no like opening repertoire. He just played simple stuff, and was able to win the U.S. championship. A5. Now you make me want to play A4. Making me want to play A4. Is it necessary to play A4? Is it a good move? I like it. It's a temporary stopgap, weakening my queenside ultimately, but hopefully we'll slow him down a bit. We'll slow him down a bit while we begin operations on the king side. E4 is thematic, Rubinstein. Obviously this is also a very standard idea in the London. You know, some players may not have chosen to play A4 here. It's a matter of taste. This gives me the alternative option of playing knight e5. This looks like one of these Sedlak Serbian championship going on. Where are our Serbian friends? Serbian championship going on at the moment, by the way. H takes G. Sedlak. Looks like a Sedlak London system game. It could easily have been the London system. It's the same exact position. Our bishop might as well have been on f4 and gone back to g3. This is like, looks like one of his games. White has very good attacking chances on the king side. Kamsky playing both the London system and the Tory attack with white. I think we can play with e5 or even like keep the tension. Rubinstein had games where he took on d5 and even could exploit the d5 pawn by bringing his knight like to e3, which is probably something I'm going to do anyway. This is overprotection. So where are you going? But my knight needs to go somewhere. It's got to go to f1. And now, for his next trick, g4. But we can't have everything. There is knight h2, knight g4 as well. Right. So eventually, you know, he makes some headway on the queen side. But meanwhile, our attack should be pretty strong. Knight h5, g3, king g2, and rook h1, like in a sort of King's Indian attack. Looks nasty for black. I wasn't sure where to put the pieces at first, but that's... Okay, he can play g6 now. And then I'll have to regroup. I might have really crushing piece sacrifices on g6, g5. I think that g5 is pretty much risky. Queen d2. Can he hold this together somehow? This looks pretty horrendous. Very strong attacking chances for white. g3, king g2. There was also queen d2. just in time. I wish you hadn't done that. He's even supporting a3. I don't know what I'm doing here. Getting outplayed pretty badly, looks like. Managed to screw this up. Arsenal fan defended extremely well. Defended like a genius, really. 1798. You don't play like 1798, man. Alright, I got outplayed really bad again. Trying to play for time, sort of. I get caught playing for time here. Oh no. Oh man, did I blunder? Wow. I blundered there. Man, he's so fast too. Do I have anything? I don't know, I think I'm just losing. Instantaneous. I'm just losing here. Another game. Arsenal fan. Can I hold this somehow? Looks kind of unlikely. That's it. No more threats. He's freaking fast too. Whoa. Okay, we're gonna need to get a little active here. Knight check, king f6, knight takes with check. Actually holds for him. Knight takes king f5, holds the draw. Now he's got different plan. Okay, you had that move. This is some sort of Kramnik endgame. It doesn't look like a very good knight on h4. It's like the longest game ever. I went from loss to chances to win. No stalemate. Oh man, tough game. Alright. Guys, I'm going to play one more game. Haberbomb 5+3. That was pretty difficult and a really bad game by me. The ending was interesting, but it probably should have been a draw. But anyway, Arsenal fan was just totally crushing me. It's been a rough day. What are you talking about? Wait, is this a political forum? What? Alright, let's like keep the political forum chat out of the stream. Alright, bishop to b4. Another one of these, bishop b4, b6, e4, critical line. I'm supposed to play c5 here. So knight g8 or c takes d. Why do I get confused every time I see this position? I have to play c takes d, right? I guess. Every time I see this, it's like I see it for the first time. It seems so strange. We've had this before, but every time I play it, I still feel like I'm clueless. Every time I see this position, I feel like I'm a beginner and I don't know what I'm doing, but this is actually a variation. It looks sort of weird for black. I got your Magnus game. Soltigo. I'll take a look at that. It looks really good for white, this dynamic hanging pawns and the two bishops. But at the same time, black's position is actually alright. Morozevich played this b6, and it's so hard to find something good against the classical Nimzo. I've been trying to play this. But I'm not sure that this has ever been reached, this exact position. I mean, it's a little early to play bishop b2. It's just a friendly discussion. Well, it's getting a little political, you know, and people get kind of pissed off, and I don't really like it when that happens. You know, if you guys can debate, like, international politics, wherever, but I try to avoid the politics on the stream. I have 3 heads. Yeah, you've got to change the settings to be 1080. On your webcam. I mean on the Twitch, I guess, settings. Someone here might know how to do that. I'm very clueless technically. Can someone explain what the settings have to be? It's like 1080. Lochik said what? Try to turn off and turn on TGIS webcams. $720 Octavio. I don't know, the 1080 seems to work best. But anyway, I'm just trying to concentrate on playing chess. Don't worry about the webcam. You need 60 FPS or you get the glitches. I never got glitches before the last week or so. Or nobody was having any problems until the last week or so. But nothing changed in my settings. So something must have changed with Twitch. Alright, last game for today, guys. I'm going to be back with a Sunday simul. It'll be 6:30 p.m. on Sunday. 20 players, 30-30 time control. There are better things to discuss than, you know, the whole world discusses politics. Let's focus on chess here. That's all I hear outside of the stream is people talking about political stuff, and it's really boring. Alright, knight g5, knight d7. Have you guys seen the Esipenko queen sack against Karyakin? What tournament was that? With chess, there's politics. It's called the International Chess Federation, and it's a disaster. So politics even destroys chess. Okay, this looks good for black now. I don't know what he's going to do. Maybe he's just lost here. I don't know why I moved the A rook. Again, I did this in a previous game, but now he has to play rook d2, which is a somewhat awkward moment. And actually, white's just lost. The glitches, you like the glitches. My camera looks great. I'm watching myself right now. And I never had to change any settings. Maybe I was just on the default, you know. Okay, he can actually take with the king here and try to stay alive. He's down a pawn. His king is out in the middle of the board. Well, he's not down a pawn yet, but he will be. Queen takes d5, looks good. I mean, rook e8 check. Yeah, queen takes d5 is, no. This is a nightmare for white. He's down a pawn, his king is in the middle of the board. He doesn't have a mate, and his knight is hanging. I'm threatening rook e8 check, queen takes g2. This is a very sharp variation. Alright, man, our 25th game will be in the simul. Played 100 games with Arsenal fan today. So queen takes g2 with the threat of rook e8 looks really strong. The rook e8 is brutal. Plus I'm threatening, obviously, queen takes rook. So anyway, we're out here, guys. Thanks for the game, hey Rabam. Let me just take a look at the opening before I leave. I keep like messing up the order of moves in this line. So I got it right. This is normal. Okay. You know, this move is sort of semi-suspicious. Some guy that I never heard of, No AC, played it against Bogdan Daniel. The caged tiger, but he walks around in the tournament hall like a caged tiger. Seems to have some sort of anxiety disorder. Bogdan Daniel Dan. Or it's just Bogdan Daniel. So bishop e2 though, it looks a little strange for me. I don't think that's the right move here. That bishop actually has a lot of range from its original square. And I think you have more important things you need to do here in this position in order to like develop. And even the suggestion of a4 of the engine with the idea of playing bishop a3 is probably more to the point, you know. It's not clear that bishop e2, this diagonal will ever get clear. I mean, you have a pawn on e5. So I don't think that bishop e2 is really the right move. Here we have a lot of different attempts by white. Very few wins. We'll see. I mean, it's an interesting variation. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll be back on Sunday with a simul. It's 6:30 p.m. on Sunday night. 20 players, 30-30. Yeah, French is like a French winnower. It's very similar to the French, and maybe that's why Morozevich even plays this variation. But I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Soltigo, thanks for being our moderator here. We will check out the game you sent me, by the way, Soltigo. And I always check out what you send me. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the stream. Thanks for subscribing. And I'll see you on Sunday. Bye-bye.